Good evening and welcome. My name is Michele. Oh, let me just put my face up so you can actually see who we're talking to. Here we go. Good evening. My name is Michele and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stamping Up here in New South Wales, Australia. So welcome and thank you for joining me tonight for another Template Tuesday night. So tonight we're going to play with a template. We're going to play with some of the new ink colours that I have here, and we're going to have a play with one of the retiring stamp sets, which I must admit I haven't used for quite a while, but it is one of my favourites. So thank you very much for joining us. So let's get started. I'm going to do a little bit with some blends today. I've got all my ink colours and everything sitting right here near me. I'm just going to pull them all out because they're all sort of hidden away in a box. So bear with me 1 second. I think I've got them all now. And let's just flip this camera down. Hi, Deborah. Whoops. No, that disappeared. That's good. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Joan. Thank you for joining us again tonight. It's great to have you on. So let me get this camera down and started. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the portrait image. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't want to flip, and so I've given up fighting it for the moment. I do have another option, which I've got to learn a bit more about before I can try to do landscape again, but without using my phone. So just have to bear with this view for the moment. So what we're playing with tonight, this is a sketch. This is a sketch by Stampin' Pretty, which I think is Mary Fish, if I remember correctly. So I just very quickly found this afternoon on the internet, on Pinterest. I'm not going to copy all the elements she has on here because I sort of felt some were just getting a little bit too small for what I want to do and my idea. But I'm going to use the basis of her design. We're also going to use one of the new colours, which is the basic beige. I'm going to use that as my card base. So this piece here measures 10.5 by 29.9 centimetres, and I've scored it at 14.9. I'm also going to have a play with a couple of the new ink colours. So we've got Pretty in Pink, which I've cut a strip here, and that's 3.5 centimetres by 14.9. So far we've got the card base, which is this section here. Pretty in Pink is this strip that's running down through here. And then this one here, which is showing up like a little plaid, I've done it in the stripe, and that is in Summer Splash, because I thought these colours all blended really well. So they work well together. And I just wanted something that's got a bit of brightness to it. Winter seems to have snuck up on us, and autumn didn't really get much of a show in. So I just thought some nice bright colours just to warm me up would be great. I've also got here a piece of basic white, but I'm actually going to change that out. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep the basic white. I decided to keep the basic white because the print in the In Colour Designer Series paper is a white base rather than a creamy base. And I really love this new basic beige. I think it's just, it's not white, but it's not the very vanilla, which has got a very yellow tinge to it. I like the sort of the brown tinge to that, and I thought that the white will still go quite well with that. So the image that we're going to stamp, and I'm also going to stamp this on some basic white, is this one here. So we're going to use the Dainty Delight, and I will admit I'm a little bit sad to see this go, even though I haven't used it a lot of late. I've chosen the sentiment Celebrate You because it's just going to fit in the area I want to put it, because I'm not going to pop a sentiment down the bottom here like they've done on this one here. I actually want to fit it all onto the one square. So I won't be using the smaller square that they've got in there because of the size that I've cut it, which is 6 by 6, I think it is. Yes, 6 by 6 centimeters. I thought it was just going to be that little bit too small for what I want. So let's get started and let's put this card together. So let me just grab the stamp set I want to use in this one here, which is this. And we're going to colour this with using our new ink colour blends as well. So I hope you've all had a lovely, lovely day. I must admit, this has probably been my best day all this week. I have been suffering from a very, very sore knee for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or more. So this afternoon has been the last time, or the best time I've had in the last couple of weeks, but I took painkillers this morning and this afternoon has been the best my knee has been. I haven't had to go back and take more, so been a good day so far. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Now I'm just going to cut this piece of basic white into quarters because I like working in quarters, even though I won't probably need the whole quarter of this. I'm just going to have a quick look. Yes, I can get away with 1/8. So I'm going to cut this down again. That's roughly 15, so 7.5. And I'm going to do some stamping on this piece here. So let's just pop that out of the road. And let's grab a block. So we've got our stamp and our block, but I might need one that's slightly bigger. So who has been doing some crafting this week or on last weekend? What have you been making? So I'm going to use Memento Black. Now, if you saw this a few weeks back, I shared with you how another demonstrator had shared this tip and I thought it was really great, and so I've decided to do it as well, where I've bought a white stamping pad, and because the white stamping pads haven't got any ink, they're they come with a bottle of re-inker in the craft ink, and they're just a blank stamp pad. And what I've done is I've used the Memento ink and popped it onto this stamp pad, which just makes it much easier, and I get a much better image when I go to stamp. So I don't know why that is. I don't know whether it's got something to do with the stamp pad. I'm assuming it does. So I'm just going to stamp this down. Now using Memento ink, it means that I can colour this with my alcohol blends. It won't bleed. So there's my image. It's nice, clean and crisp. Just going to give that a bit of a clean. I did start off with a very clean chamois the other week, brand new one. And as you can see, it's looking pretty disgusting already, and I've even cleaned that. So doesn't take long. Okay, so there we go. We've got that cleaned up. And actually, while we're doing that and doing our stamping, we should just stamp our sentiment. So this is our square we're going to do that on. Let me grab our sentiment. I'm just going to try to pick that up again. Again, I'm just going to use my Memento. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment right over here to the side. Now I want to try to get it as straight as I possibly can. So I'm using my grid here on my mat just to give me some straight lines. I want to take it as far over to the left-hand side as I possibly can. There we go. Very happy with that. So that's good. So I've just used Celebrate You. So I didn't want this to be particularly a birthday card or anything. I just wanted it to be a card that can be used for any occasion. So now we're going to colour this in. Now I want to bring in some of these colours that are in the in colours. So I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink. I'm going to bring in, just wondering whether I mentioned, I'm sure I've got the Summer Splash paper. Let me just double check because I just pulled it all out. I may have the other one, the Shy Shamrock, which is okay because I love all of these colours. They're so beautiful. Here are my little bits and pieces. So let me just pop them over there. Let me just double check what colour I did pull out. No, I did pull out the Summer Splash because the Shy Shamrock has just got that little bit more green in it. But I'm thinking, so I probably don't want that one. I like those two colours, but I also want to just bring in maybe a little bit of the Petunia Pop. So they're the colours I'm thinking of using. And I'm going to start off with my light in the Pretty in Pink, and I'm going to use the fine tip nib because these flowers are actually quite small. And I'm just going to start by colouring all of these buds. Now I'm not spending too much time with colour because, I mean, it doesn't take long to get these images coloured in because, as I said, they are very, very small. Really, it's just a few little lines and they're done. And then I'm going to come in with the Petunia Pop in light as well. So I'm just putting a little bit of this at the base of each of these flowers or buds. Going with these flowers just from the centre out. Just putting a couple of dots of that. And then I'm going to come in with my Pretty in Pink in the dark and just bring that colour up a little bit more. And really, I'm just dotting a few dots in. I'm not going over the top of the Petunia Pop. I'm just going across the top a little bit of it because I want to come back in with the light again and sort of go over it again with the light. But again, not going over it too much because if you do too much, it'll push that colour away, and I don't really want to push the colour away. I just want to blend it a little bit, and it's such a small design that you really only need a couple of dots in colour, and that's enough. So let me just hold that up so you can see that. Just got to get that underneath the camera. So I hope you can see that, but it's just very, very tiny. There's not much in that at all. And then I'm going to now use the Summer Splash in the light. Again, I like starting with my lights and then bringing in my darks. And just do all of these leaves in that Summer Splash. Now I think, like the other, what we could do is grab the Shy Shamrock that I've got here. Now I've got it here in dark. Let's see if I can find it. It's probably still in my box in the light. Oops, I can just see it. There we go. And I'm going to do a similar sort of thing by just putting a little bit of this at where the leaf joins the stem, just to put a little bit more green in it, because that Summer Splashes, it's a bluey tone, but it's a blue-green tone. So I'm just putting a little bit more of that green in there, because I think all these colours just work so well together. And I'm only using the lights in all of this. I'm not using any of the darks at all, really. So I'm just going to pop that up. Hopefully you can get this under the lens and you can see that. So it's just going to give that little bit of a pop of colour on there. And that's all really we want. Okay, so now once we've done that, we can die cut that. So let's just move those out of the road. Got my die there. Let's bring in our mini cut and emboss machine. And the other week when I used this, it sort of came apart at the handle. But luckily, my clever husband was able to reconnect that for me. I felt sure I was going to be buying a new cut and emboss, but no, thank goodness he was able to pop that on and just tighten up the screw for me. So I'm just going to line all this up. Just taking my time with that. And then we're going to cut this out. There we go. Now, if you have a look on my Facebook page, I have popped up on there a product share with the in colours. It's my in colour club. So if you're interested in grabbing some of the in colours yourself, trying to remember how much I think I put them down for. Just bear with me 1 second and let me have a quick look. Might be a second. $84. So what I'm doing with the In Colour Club, it's $84 per month starting 1st of May. And each month you will get, so for $84 you'll get a pack of cardstock in one of the colours, a stamp pad in one of the colours, a refill in one of the colours, the stamp and blends. So this is, you'll get a whole pack of cardstock. As I said, the ink pad, the refill, the blends, and the ribbon for $84. And I'll stamping up, we'll post that out to you. Then I will send you 3 tutorials using that colour of the month. And if you pay that for the whole 5 months, then at the end I will give you as a gift from me. This is a gift from me, not from Stamping Up, a gift from me. A ink pad in the basic beige. So if you're looking at getting all of that, but you don't want to spend the full amount on getting the whole lot all in one hit, then this is just an alternative way to do it. So that will be starting on the 1st of May when this all becomes available. So payment will be due around on the 1st, and then I'll order it for you and get it sent out to you. And the tutorial will be sent to you via email by the 20th of each month. So if you're interested, there's a form there that you can fill out and just let me know. So just a way of sort of spreading that money out a little bit and taking your time with purchasing it. Okay, so let's go back to our card. So what we've got here, a card base. I've already scored this, and I just need my bone folder here. Give that a good burnish there. And let's pop the designer series paper. I must admit, I do love the circles and the spots on this designer series paper. I think it's gorgeous. The other two sides are quite nice as well, but I am partial to stripes and spots. So pop that on there. It's around about 1.5 centimeters from the edge. Our next piece to go on is this one. As you can see, that's a lovely floral that would look good as well, but I thought it just might clash a little bit with my floral image. So that's why I have gone the stripes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this one on, again, roughly 1.5 centimeters from either side, and it's 1.5 centimeters from the top and bottom. It's very unusual for me to do something without a mat, because I do love things that are matted, but I just thought, no, this would be nice, something a little bit different. So I'm not seeing many comments, so I hope you're still all here and with us. Just all quietly watching, which is good. That's fine. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to pop, this one is going to go on here just like so. And I may pop that up on dimensionals. Let me just grab some dimensionals. Now, I hope you can all join me on Friday for my live, because I'm going to play with one of the other new products that I've been quite keen to get to. So that will be fun, and doing a bit of colouring in there with our blending brushes. So I'm going to pop this just about there. It's just not quite halfway. And then we're going to pop this one on there just like that. So I do want to put a mini dimensional. Let me just grab those. Hello, Rose. How are you? You're here and you're enjoying it? Oh, good. I knew there'd be someone there quietly watching away. I'm going to pop a dimensional on there. Now I just want to pop a little slither of a dimensional just in this bottom section, because that's hanging off. Just want to make sure I've got nothing hanging over, because that's going to sit roughly there like that. Maybe a dimensional underneath that leaf there as well. So let's see if I can fit a small one under there. We're going to go across there at an angle like that. Okay, so let's put a bit of glue. Just underneath there, maybe a bit more up here. Going to be sad to see this stamp set go, but there are going to be some beautiful new stamp sets to play with. I know that, so I'm sure I'll find another favourite fairly quickly. Now, the only thing I haven't purchased so far is any of the gems or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my pearly looking ones. Now, they're the iridescent pearls. Might be no, they're not them yet. I'm grabbing blindly at boxes in my trolley here next to me. They're the ones I want. Don't know why those red ones got in there, but grab these. Some of these are quite old, but that's all right. They still work. Actually, I thought I had some newer ones. So let me just have a bit of another look here. Just trying to each week I keep saying I've got to go through all this and get rid of everything in here that doesn't belong. Actually, what I might use is those. I know that they're going to be discontinued. But what I want to do is colour them. So I might use this lot here. And I'm going to colour these with the dark Pretty in Pink. The white ones will colour well. Give them a bit of a colour. So make sure that they've dried well. So just give those a bit of a few seconds to dry. Hello, Jean. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us tonight. There's a few people tonight on YouTube. That's good. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen when Facebook bring in the rule for groups. So because at the moment I've got this showing on 3 channels. I've got it on my business Facebook page. I've got it on my VIP group, which is Stamping with Michele. We'll keep on Stamping with Michele. And I've got it on my YouTube channel. So when they bring in their new ruling with groups, I will probably only have it on the 2. So people will have to watch from either YouTube or my business page. But that's fine. I'm sure we'll all work out to manage that one. So I'm going to, now if I bring in my picture here, let me just move that out of the road, bring that in. They've got their 3 dots going up the side here, but I've actually moved my sentiment up there. So I'm going to move these across the bottom, and I'm going to use 1 large and 2 small. So I hope I've got those lined up. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about the bow on this particular one. But of course you could just add a bow as well. It's quite a simple little design, really. And you can add, whatever papers you use for it is going to add the wow factor. And of course, this strip here, you could have done a cardstock and put some emboss it to give it a bit of texture as well. So, but I just decided to use the texture in my papers. So I'm just going to bring that up just so you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully when I get a new setup, when I work it out, which could be another month away, I will have better camera. So, well, not so much a better camera, but may be able to get my image closer. We'll see how we go. It's all going to be played by ear for a while, and I'm not going to let it stress me. I tend to let things get the better of me, but not anymore. Okay, so let's do something on the inside. So I've got some designer series paper here somewhere. Okay, I moved it all over the other side. So, and I want a piece of white to go on the inside too. So let me just add some spare pieces of that. Where do I pop them? Not too far away. There we are. So we just need to trim this piece down. I'm going to trim this piece here down to 10. This is my card insert. So at the moment I'm going to go take it down to 10 by 14.4. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Deborah. And then, how am I going to pop this? I think I know what I want to do. So I'm going to cut this down to, I'm actually going to cut this down to 14.4. I'm going to cut this one down by 2 centimeters. So it was 14.4, so now I'm going to make it 12.4. So I'm cutting that 2 centimeters off there. And I'm going to take some off the width as well. I think I'm going to take 2 centimeters off my width. So, and I want, got this strip here. So I want to do this at 14.4 or so. That was just a little bit of an offcut that I had from earlier. So let's see what we can come up with here. Okay, excuse my arms. So let's open this up, and that piece is going to go there. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of glue down that one side. Pop that onto that piece there. Okay, I'm just going to let that dry for a second. This one here. It's going to go on the inside of my card like that. Pop a bit of glue And there. Move that, whoops, across, way across, a bit more than I thought. That'll be fine there. Just to have a little bit of a trim there. So let me just bring that up so you can see. So there's the inside of my card. So I've just left a little bit of the basic beige showing through on that side, and I've put a panel through there with a little bit of the pink. So you've still got plenty of room there to write your greeting on. Hello, Christine. How are you? Thank you for joining us. And there's the front of our card. So using lots of the new products. So we've got your basic beige in your card base. We've got your new ink colours in the designer series paper, and I've used the blends to colour in those flowers. So that's my card for tonight, using the sketch by Stampin' Pretty, who I believe is Mary Fish. So that was just a really simple but fun card. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you can join me on Friday at 1 o'clock, and we're going to be doing some blending, and the stamp set we're going to be using is the Layers of Beauty. Haven't had a play with this as yet, but of course you've got your masks and your dies as well, all with this set. I've just got them all in the box, so I keep all mine all together in there, so that way I don't lose anything. But we're going to have a play with that because I just think that is just stunning. And, of course, again, we'll be playing with the ink colours to create this card. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you can join me on Friday as we have another play with the ink colours. Have a great week. And I'm going to go now and join my husband and see what's on TV. So have a lovely evening. Have a lovely week. I'll see you at 1 o'clock on Friday. Bye-bye for now.